Hello, it is. Okay, we are in hour number 7 of our 24-hour telethon, Service Hero Telethon that is benefiting Chemo Buddies for Life. And I have here with me Bill Heinrich, and I have David Jean. How do you say your last name?
David Jean-Baptiste.
There you go. I love it.
Baptiste is fine.
You make it sound so nice and kind of like European.
Well, firstly, congratulations on your project, and I wish you success with it. And I'm raising lots of money, and everything was pretty well.
Well, thank you. We're having a little bit of problem with your mic. I'm not hearing you completely. And I want to make sure.
You may have to be closer to the computer.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we hear everything you're saying, because first of all, you have an amazing, wonderful voice, and I know that you're a musician, but I mean, you should be a singer. I bet you anything you can. Can you sing, David? Are you there?
Looks like he froze.
He's there.
We're frozen. Oh no, we're moving.
We're good.
Okay, now he's moving. Okay, good.
And we have feedback from the guest. Okay, we have feedback from the guest. Are you there? He's trying to figure it out.
Well, it's a good time while we're waiting for David to
yes.
get his computer set to once again let everybody know they can donate to Chemo Buddies for Life.
Yeah, I love it. Yes.
You know,
in fact, I'm gonna.
You know the best way to raise money?
What's the way that?
Ask for it.
And I love it. Okay, so let's ask for it.
Yeah.
We are looking to raise money, and our intention is that, okay, David, I'm sure will be coming back. Our intention is to raise enough funds that we can fund programs that we have ready to go for those that are affected by cancer. They are a stipend program, an educational program, a retraining program. And if we need, we have our website that is still under development, and yet if we need to have money to finish that, then to have that available too. That is what is just the start. From there, we have much more. Let's see how we're doing. I love it. Thank you for bringing that up. You know, it's so true. Hello, David.
Hello, Zoe.
Why don't we do a sound check?
Yes, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah, it's really wonderful. I want to say hello to Erica. Erica Beach. Are you in Europe? Where she's traveling with a team, a softball team, a team of girls. She's the coach, and I think they're like an Olympic bound type team. You explain it to us if you want to here, Erica. Amazing things that you're doing. Okay, so David, tell us about you. A lot of people don't, because I have not been able to yet connect with you to be a service hero, though I want to. But I wanted to bring you on for this, and I absolutely, you shared with me some of your music. You're a musical talent. You are a whiz, but you have so much more to you. So why don't you kind of introduce yourself to everyone?
Okay. First and foremost, I'm a musician. I'm a clarinetist and saxophonist. I've done very well as a musician. I've toured the world. I also lived in the United States for a while. I lived in New York City. I've got a family in the United States, in Miami, and United States, not in the other places, but I've got quite a big family in Miami. I've done all kinds of things. I studied classical music and I play jazz. I've made a name for myself as a jazz musician. I've performed internationally as a clarinetist and saxophonist. I've done lots of different music. I have 11 albums to my name as a musician, and what else can I say? So that's my music side of me. I've done lots of fucking music, and I will continue to do lots of fucking music. I have a record company which has been on the board for 2 or 3 years, and I'm building a trading model alongside that, so I can, say for example, like music these days can be a tough business. Because say for example, you want to listen to an album. You think about what goes into an album of music. For example, first of all, you have to have the skill level, which takes hours and hours and hours and years and years and years to be able to get to that skill level. Then just so that skill level you bring into a recording studio, then you bring lots of other people into the recording studio. So you have the skill level of musicians, or your own musicianship of musicians, you have the skill level of the engineer and the mixing and time that goes into it. So at the end of it, maybe £10,000 later, you've got this thing on a series of kind of like songs on a piece of digital material, or some audio files, and maybe it might be an AIFF, or it might be a kind of a web file, and that's $10,000. You know, and you realise, wow, that a lot went into that, all those hours, all those years, all these weeks of work. And then, you know, but music is like, well, you know, people go, for example, they go online and they think, oh, I'll put it on YouTube, and people consume it for free. So that is the nature of music. So these days, many people look at music and they think, well, you know, I don't really want to buy new music. I don't necessarily need to see music, because I can go on torrents and I can download a week's worth of music for free. You know, and so I decided, well, okay, so, you know, actually, look, other than live performing, actually recording industry music is actually in many ways, unless you're kind of Beyonce or Jay-Z or those big kind of artists, those multi-million-dollar selling artists, you know, it's really kind of getting tough for a lot of people. So I've been building like a music model around the trading. So I've kind of worked out that if you have a model that can perform, like, say, for example, if you have a trading, like, for example, a trading platform where you can, say, perform maybe up to 80% a year or more, you can pretty much go to an investor and say, look, you know, I've got an artist. Here's, you know, with £20,000, for example, you can give like £10,000 to the artist to do the work, and the other £10,000 you can invest in the trading model, and you can pretty much say, well, based on the success record, say like, let's say 7 or 8 years of this trading model, you know, being successful, you can pretty much say to an investor, well, based on this history of 7 or so years, we can afford to give an artist £10,000, invest £10,000, giving you a return of something like 300% or 400% within a few years. You know, that means that takes completely the pressure off the artist to actually give the money back, because you know that, I mean, like, it's one of the things that if you want creativity to continue, you have to find a way to be able to sort people out and help people out to do what they're doing, taking the financial burden off people so people can continue to be creative and continue to be productive, and not necessarily have to think, oh, well, I'm going to have to become more commercial in what I'm doing, or I'm going to have to start doing lots of music that I don't necessarily like. So that's pretty much where I'm at with what I'm doing. Other than that, I've been working, you know, I've been kind of building a consulting model. I've worked for Flow Center. I've been in personal growth for many years, and I started off many years ago, actually as a team, where I studied, I had exam technique, and then later on I went into NLP, and left for a few years. And I went into medication, and then now I've written a book called Flow Center and a few different things that actually help people get from point A to point B. That's pretty much what I'm about. In a nutshell, A, music, 2, helping, you know, 2, trading model, 3, helping people get from point A to point B. That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Well, you know, I have to say, right now I just feel like I had a whole lesson in how the music world works in the UK. And, you know, it was very interesting. It was very eye-opening. And I actually was able to spend the day one time virtually with David, and we kept being teamed up, and it was an interesting way that they did it. It was like all of a sudden you kind of end up in a room, you don't know who you're going to be teamed with, and we kept waiting, and it's like you go, and then it's like a magic carpet ride, and then all of a sudden there you are. And it just so happened that we kept being teamed, and we were doing our assignments, but we were also just visiting because it was just fascinating. And I have to tell you that you think so outside the box that it was so fun. And yet right now it's just like, wow, Mind
yes.
is.
Now I remember the theme. I remember the theme now. Yes, I do remember. Yes, we're talking about. That is where you were talking.
The stuff that you were. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So okay, so now let's go back to what it is that you just were at a jazz festival, right? You were telling me this last week or something.
The London Jazz Festival is a festival I've performed at many times, and
Okay.
I didn't perform at it this week. It ended yesterday. I was actually at a performance. Sorry, it ended on Sunday. This is Tuesday. End of the Sunday.
Okay.
I was actually at a performance on Friday. Sorry, on Saturday and on Sunday. I didn't perform this year at the festival. Because I wasn't performing this year, and I hadn't performed at the festival last year. I promised some friends. I said, "Look, I will show my face. I will come down. I'll support the concerts, and I will be there." And it was so much fun just being at the festival and being able to have a beer and not play and not have the thing of having to really concentrate. Just be able to sit there and listen to some other people playing and not having to play myself. For a change, it was actually really a lot of fun. Just be able to sit at the bar and have a beer and just listen to people and talk to people and meet up with old friends I hadn't seen for many years and stuff like that. It was very good. It was very nice. But I did not perform on Sunday.
That's, that really makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, that here you've invested all of this, like you were talking about the investment. And I think that a lot of people take that for granted too. We're talking about taking things for granted. And when you are schooled and you spend all that money and all that time to become a master at your craft, and in music is definitely, you have to be at the level, and as many albums or CDs as you have recorded, you have to be at a certain level to be able to pull that off. So then to be able to go and relax and have a beer, I see why that would be appealing. It's like, okay, yeah, I've been there, I've done that, I continue to do that, but right now I want to go and enjoy others. And you were talking about when you were communicating, you were saying how they're getting younger and younger, right?
Well, yes. Two of the bands I saw, it was like a group called Tomorrow's Warriors, and it's almost like a hub of musicians, and there were like several people in the band who 16 years old. So when you realize, and I listened to them, and I thought to myself, that's pretty amazing. Like when you think of people are going into the industry. Of course, when you're 16, you still have to go through the whole university conservatory thing. But the fact that they're standing at London Jazz Festival playing at that level, and they're 16 years old, you think, well, if they continue, what are they going to be like when they're 21 or 25? And even in the music industry, 25 is still very young. So it's very impressive to realize that people are really, there must be the education, music education, it just shows you the level of education in music in the UK, right. Really. When you start to see kids, 16-year-olds coming together and playing at that level.
Well, I can say that some of my favorite bands have started over there.
Like, for example?
Your
favorite fans.
Some of my favorite bands, yeah, they started. They started in in England. So yes.
Would you like to name one or two?
Pardon?
Would you like to name one or two of them?
Well, of course. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that
the first band I saw in concert.
Which one?
Was the Zombies.
Zombies, actually, someone was
that goes back. That's an English group.
Yes.
That was in the 60s.
Yes. Well, I am a baby boomer, but I'm on the tail end of it. But one of my very favorite bands, but not uncommon for a lot of people, the Beatles. I love the Beatles. They're, my favorite song. In fact, it's on my license plate, is "Let It Be." I just absolutely love that song. I love the band. That was one of my favorites, definitely. Another one, it would be.
Play something from the Beatles. Maybe I can just clean something up and play a song from the Beatles, maybe like that.
Pardon?
Maybe I can play a song for you from the Beatles. Maybe I can play a Beatles song.
Why don't you? That would be great. I would love it.
David, before you do that, I have to go to another appointment. I stayed over. I came in to support Tamara. If I can support you later today, let me know. I'm not far away.
Okay.
David, really nice to meet you. I'll pick up
Nice to meet you.
online when I get back to
Absolutely, but before you leave, let's see the book. Let's see the cover of your book. You haven't shared it yet.
Well, that's okay. There
we go. Okay.
I'm looking forward to reading that.
There you go.
I saw the Service Heroes webinar with you, and I thought, oh, that's very interesting. And you have like an insight. I feel you have an insight beyond most other people. Like most people have sorted out one area, like for example the healing. You have so many other areas. And I realize now. I think I'm talking. Reading a book. I'll be reading an author on the next level of where most people are in their lives. Most developed people in personal growth. I feel that you will be like the next level on. That is how I feel. That is the impression I got from you.
Yeah,
next level or two.
Yeah, you're reading this. Yes.
It's. I'm not going to plug the book, but I will plug what I do, and what I do is show people how to become more powerful. And the way you become more powerful is you get in touch with your resources. And as you get in touch with your internal resources and the universal resources, that's when you find out that what Tamara is doing is really all that matters now, right? This is not her passion. This is Tamara. This isn't a passion. This is her. She didn't end up here because she planned this. She ended up here right now because she followed the energy. Is that correct?
True. Absolutely, that is.
And when you follow the energy, it's simple.
Yeah.
It's always simple. If it's complicated, you're not following the energy and you're in your head. So when she's doing this fundraiser, and it's a great time for everybody to donate right now.
Yeah, I like this.
Let's kick it in a little more. She's here to raise money for Chemo Buddies for Life. But this is her. This is a cause. This is a legacy. This is how it happens. You don't ask how, you just go.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah. That's why sometimes yes.
Tamara and I did a we did a webinar like 10 days ago, and she was so busy with this. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll just handle everything. You show up, we'll have a conversation, everything will be fine. And she's like, great, because I don't know anything about technology, right? So I said, don't worry, I'll handle it, which I ended up making some errors, which was great because life is about mistakes,
right?
And not getting tripped up by them, but by learning from them. But anyway, the reason I'm saying all of this is I listened to that whole story from her, and here she is putting on a 24-hour telethon alone, running all the technology here on her computer, doing the whole thing. So I'm not buying your technology story
it's not.
anymore.
Well, it was. I had never done a webinar.
I'm just kidding. It's funny because she's here doing this and that and the other thing. So she's like, yeah, I'm not that great at technology, but so that's not going to fly anymore.
Well,
but
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to mess up. Like right now, I have an 800 number that is supposed to be working, and it's not. But you know what? I'll learn how to do it.
It'll happen.
It will.
But what happens when you touch your purpose, like the music,
right?
Breathing music,
right?
Breathing Chemo Buddies for Life,
right?
Myself, I'm all about empowering others so that they can go empower others,
right?
And you have an opportunity to empower people that you don't even know now by making a donation, because these donations are going to hook people up to Chemo Buddies, people that don't even know about this program now. You will hear in a month or two somebody, wow, yeah, like I'm helping somebody, Chemo Buddies for Life.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So the impact of it is amazing. And I want to speak for a second about my sister. Okay? She wrote a book called Vigil. And VIGIL is the name of the book. And what it is, it's some poetry, journaling, and thoughts as she sat with people who were at the end of their life and had nobody to be with them. She's been doing this 25 years. And when I just read that part about her giving, about getting a call from the hospital and saying, we have somebody that, I can't think of the term that they use, but they literally go in and sit with them as they're ready to transition.
Right.
And Chemo Buddies for Life is the same thing.
Right.
It's sitting with somebody who doesn't want to transition, who's ready to really live their life to the fullest.
Exactly.
So I really, like, you're an amazing person.
Well, so are you. So are you. And so are you, David.
And sorry we got twisted away here, David, but I've got to slide out. I look forward to connecting with you.
I mean, the whole thing about chemotherapy, I mean, like, it's become real for me because, like, some of my generation of musicians, I grew up with that. Recently, it was had to go to hospital because he had a tumor, and now he has to go through some chemotherapy, and that suddenly kind of woke me up and a lot of other people. And like, there's been this big fundraising thing. I think we managed to raise £13,000 or whatever from people, stuff like that. So, I mean, I've never really had to think about it before. But, you know, when you have somebody in your generation, somebody talking about they have to go for chemotherapy, that kind of like woke everybody up. And they're like, wow, that sounds. I don't know anybody else has been through that, but now I do. Somebody's just about to go through that. So.
And that's the way, unfortunately, it hasn't happened. It happens is that, you know, so many that, it's not going to happen to me. I don't know anybody.
Yeah, this is not on your calendar today.
Right.
This is not something you have ready for January.
Right. And
it just shows up.
It does, and it does absolutely shift your life. And the whole idea of Chemo Buddies for Life is that, okay, so that happens, but let's not let it shift your life, and so that it is going to end your life, number one, where it doesn't need to, and number two, that you have someone there with you. And if you do, that companionship, that ability to do it together empowers you. It empowers you to feel stronger and ready and willing and able. And even when you don't feel necessarily ready, willing, and able, that buddy of yours may just be that one that's going to give you that extra lift to get you through, so that when you do feel that way, because you know, there are days where you just don't have that energy. You don't. But that's okay. That you have a buddy, and it's incredible how different it is. I can't even say enough. And so I'm sorry, David, that you had to experience it. I really am. I would, you know, my hope would be that we don't have to deal with any new cases, but Chemo Buddies will be here for all the new normals, because you know what the bottom line is, I don't care what it is that kept you here, whatever medicine, whatever treatment you decided to go with, you're going to be different than you were before, and you're going to need support, and that's generational also. All right, my friend.
I'm going to slide out. Let me know if you need anything. I'll check back with you.
Okay.
Really nice to meet you, David.
There you go.
Blessings. Make a donation, everybody.
Yeah, I love it. I love him. All right. So, David, what are you going to play for us?
I will play for you. Yesterday just came into my head. I don't know why yesterday.
Oh, I love it.
They should have written a song called The Beatles called Today. I have to maybe think of a key, because it's I can't remember the last time I played yesterday, so I have to think about the last one. I mean, like, it's the top of my head, okay. Well, I haven't played it for a long time.
Oh, that was beautiful. I felt like swaying, you know, it's like, oh, that was gorgeous.
Oh, you liked it. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. And what a perfect song yesterday.
It is a perfect song. It's a very beautiful, evocative song, and it's a great song. Yes. You'd like me to play something else?
I would love for you to play something else. Yes, please.
Okay. I had, because what you're doing is so full of love. Right? It's such a loving thing to do, such a selfless thing to do. I thought, well, I would like to play a love song, or two.
Okay.
Okay, and one of the biggest love songs of them all is "Hello" by Lionel Richie. So, and I'd like to play, if it's okay with you, I'd like to play you "Hello" by Lionel Richie.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Love it. Wow.
Oh.
Amazing. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, music is yeah. When music,
Yeah, and you know what? Music moves the soul. It does. It touches the soul. And I will say that when I was going through treatment, I was in isolation, and most people know this story. And I really did. I spent a lot of time listening to music, and I spent a lot of time just letting it kind of like engulf me. And I felt a real kinship to it. And so I really appreciate what you're sharing right now. And I know that there's so many others. I mean, we're hearing, right? I mean, wow, just wow. Yeah.
Rose,
I'm with you, Rose. Wow. And then the sax is cool. It's morning here. Oh, that was absolutely beautiful.
Well, unless we'd like to play one more.
I would love for you to play one more. Yes, please.
Okay, I'll play something from the jazz repertoire. I mean, like the standard. You don't know what love is. It's also on the theme of love as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Standard.
Wow. I'm sure I'm not the only one clapping. Oh, and Angel Marie from the last show, I love it. Thank you so much. I can just hear her.
Mon nutshell.
Oh, here, I'm going to. Now I've got the feedback going on again. Here we go. Do it this way. So I can just hear her like doing this whole, I love it. Standing there like that whole energy thing.
Well, what can you say? Yeah, I guess music should be heard and not talked about too much. I guess so. Like, people talk about music, and you just do, and people listen to, and they try to create a good feeling of a cybernetic loop, I call it, between. It's almost like you walk into a room, and like you're on stage, people walk into the room, they bring all their emotions, their feelings, the baggage maybe they've carried, they picked up during the day, they bring it with them, and if on some level that I can put out a message, they pick it up, and then somehow they give me back all this baggage, and some way I can kind of like transmute that through music, and they leave the room feeling better than they kind of arrived.
Right.
I've scored a goal. That's I guess that's what my gender always is to kind of like to be able to kind of spread joy and to help people to release the baggage and their pain and the worries and their concerns through music, and yet again through the consulting model, through the consulting business side of it, not just the business side of it, the consulting side of it, to actually help people through consulting, like through their life things as well. Because somebody can go to a concert, the following morning they can they can have been to the concert, they can have wonderful memories of that concert, and the following morning they can wake up and they'll still have the same problems they had the previous morning before they went to the concert. So if I can help them with that as well, that means I've scored twice. So score one by then coming to your concert and return them in time, and score twice by helping them in another way in their lives as well. So that's pretty much what I'm about. And you're scoring like 100 goals about what you're doing. So,
I just want to thank you for being here and explaining the things that you have explained and playing the music that you've played and the support that you are giving, and the caring. I mean, my gosh, the thought and process of sharing yesterday and then hello and then that beautiful jazz song. I mean, those were so thoughtful, and I just appreciate it so much. It shows who you are and what you're all about, just right there. And then the explanations, just adds to it. Now, you had mentioned, and I want to throw this out here because I know that there's a lot of people that are watching this that are absolutely intrigued by you and enjoying your talent and thoroughly feeling like they've been given a gift. And since we're doing a telethon and we're raising funds, you have said that you would donate a series of some of your music, correct?
absolutely, yes.
Okay, and so why don't you explain what it is, and so then we who's going to come up with what it is to get that package?
I haven't thought about that. I thought that was going to be your job to decide what people have to come up with.
Okay, well, we're not going to come up with an amount, but why don't you tell them what is in it that you're offering?
Okay, well, I mean, my idea is to give a package of 4 CDs. One called Intention, the other called Floton Grokar, which is Caribbean jazz music, a Caribbean jazz album of original compositions. You have one called East to South, with like exploring music, flamenco music, in areas, also Eastern Europe. Going as so, like, for example, like there was migration of musicians from like North India through Eastern Europe down into Spain, the Spanish area, and when they got there, they kind of like fused the music with kind of indigenous musicians, and they came up with flamenco. So that's pretty much what flamenco music is now. And so East to South is pretty much exploring that journey. There's got some fabulous musicians in the album. There's a musician called Ken Shikri, which is a beautiful flamenco guitarist, and Joseph, who's just kind of been awarded by the Queen of England an OBE, for example.
Wow.
And we have this drummer, beautiful drummer called Martin Daisy. What else? We have a beautiful array of musicians. We have like a beautiful bassoonist called Fiona True, Madeline Eastman. I'll say all these people that maybe you don't know if you're from the United States, but if you're in the UK, you'll be listening to the names. So that's East to South, and some of the musicians also here on Religious Week as well. Some of the musicians, we have other musicians like Owen Southern, the flautist, who years back was kind of like voted best player in the world by the Brazilian poll. And awesome musicians, awesome combinations of musicians, and there's also one more album, Nature Sweets, with an album of original music. So yes, I plan to donate these 4 albums, and also I have a book I wrote about 2 years ago, Flow Center, and I recently, last year, I created an audio book out of it. I got an English woman called Karen White to narrate it, because the niche of this particular work I was targeting women based on this, the Clarity Questionnaire, actually. The whole base of my consultancy work is based on the Clarity Questionnaire, which is like 10 self-reflective questions. And so the whole pretty much flows everything based around that. And so the Flow Center is like 7 chapters of work. It's actually really quite a big work, and it's an audio book. And yes, I can donate the whole Flow Center content as audio files, and so for that, we get 4 albums of music and Flow Center audio book. That's right.
Well, thank you. So what we're going to do,
what people have to do too.
well, what I'm thinking we're going to do is we're going to go to the highest bidder. We're going to have one of those silent auction type of situations. However, I will be the one that will see it. So what I would like for anybody that's interested in doing this is to get a hold of me. Do it through my the Messenger app. So what I would like to do is we're going to start the bidding at, what do you think is a good amount?
Oh, I really don't know. I'm going to totally leave that to you.
Okay, well so what we're going to do, because this is fundraising and this is amazing talent, we're going to start it at $100. So $100, and then we're going to start it from there, and I know that it's going to be bringing in a lot more. So what I want you to do is, Tamara Hunter, go in there and put David and put the amount that you're going to do, and then the highest bidder will get the package.
Well,
we're having it on eBay, and if I can get it loaded into eBay, that's where we're going to put it. But for right now, until I get my help here to get it loaded, this is what we're going to do until then. All right?
Awesome.
Okay. All right. Well, I know that we have Sharon. You play great. I agree so much, Sharon. And thank you for sharing your experience of life with us. I agree with that also, because it's experience of life that can make such a difference in getting through something. I'm getting some really bad feedback, so that's what's really. Let me see if this is going to make it any better. Let's try it now. It's, for some reason, I'm getting feedback. Pardon?
I can hear you clearly, so.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go back to this. It's just a little disconcerting, but I'll just go ahead and ignore it. So the thing about sharing experiences in life is that we all have them. And when we have an experience, and sometimes it's not a positive one, that when we can learn with each other, we can make such a difference in being there for someone. And so, like with the cancer situation, and like with what you were sharing about having someone that now has had, hearing those words, someone has cancer, and how that can all of a sudden, it's like, wow, I didn't know of anybody, now I do. It could change things. That experience level changes. And it's like what Bill was talking about, that when we can share our experiences and keep it simple and make that call, write that note, text that text, and just have it be, if nothing else, I'm here for you. And I think we just lost David. I'm not sure though, because his screen is still showing. He may come back. Let's see. Okay, I think he's coming back. Yes. Okay, you're back.
Okay.
Oh, that's much better. I wonder if it's going to be better now. Let's try it. That's better? Yeah, no feedback. I don't hear any feedback. Do you?
No, I think it's clear as a bell.
Okay, we're through that. We're through that test. Okay, now it's easier to talk. All right. But going back to the whole experience thing, I want to share here too that where was it? Tatiana. We have Tatiana. She is one of our chemo buddies. Oh, we have one of our next guests just gotten here, Tatiana. And I want to maybe talk about this and bring some light to Tatiana and the situation there. Tatiana is, she is one of our chemo buddies. She joined us and she found us because of the fact that she was looking for a group to join. She is actually she's in kidney failure. And she currently is looking for a kidney donor. And we've been putting some information out on her. And when we talk about experiences in life, she's experiencing right now the frustration of not knowing if her life will continue because she is looking for someone that possibly will give the gift of life. And in her situation, she is a single mother of a son that's not quite 18 yet. And she has no family here in the States. She's originally from Europe, Eastern Bloc, and her mother and father are no longer alive. And so, you know, it brings it back to what Bill was talking about. Not stuff is really not, that's what's important. Music's important. It's absolutely important. And experiences, those are important. And the experiences that we can have together in helping someone to find the ability to live, that's huge. And so I wanted to highlight that, and I hope it's all right that I did while you were on, David, because you know, I felt that you would
fundraising for Movies for Life, and totally go for it. And anything I can do is my donation. I really hope that it works. Some extra funds and stuff like that.
You know what, we'll find a way to work, because I've got one of my gurus. She just walked in right now and she told me she was going to help me with things, and so we will get that online. And when we do, we're going to I will then let you know, everybody know that we are then official. We're going to fix a few glitches that we're having with some of our technology. And she's an amazing technician, and we're going to get it back up and going. And so we'll be able to get it in an actual form through eBay is what we have intentions to do. And so that's why I was kind of punting until my reinforcement teams got here, and one of them just did. So I want to thank you for your donation, and I want to put it out there that we are we're looking for donations that are going to make a difference, and every dollar counts. Every dollar. We're going to put it to good use, and we're going to help people to find a buddy, and we're going to help people to be able to have stipend programs so that they can stay in their home and they can have food to eat while they're saving their lives. We're going to help with education. We're going to help with retraining. We have a variety of things that we are in the process of getting ready to fund. So, David, I want to thank you.
Pleasure.
And you play beautifully. I hear the music playing in my head right now.
Is there anything else you'd like me to do before I sign off?
You know, do you have a signature song?
Oh, signature song. I have so many signature songs. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll play a song which everybody knows. I mean, I try to keep it simple. Because how about I play House of the Rising Sun?
Oh, absolutely. Love it. Love it. Would love it. Okay, let's go. Wow. Yay! I have our next person, and Michelle Finnegan Nixon. Yay! And she was over there. She's dancing.
House in New Orleans.
Down there, sorry for New Orleans.
They call it the ride. That's my dad tortured me with that song my whole life.
I love it. I love it. That was beautiful. Thank you.
And you. That is a beautiful song. It just brought back memories of my dad doing that.
We all have those memories of our family members that like they lovingly tortured us. Yes. You know what, David, thank you for your talent. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. And thank you for offering the package that you did. And we're going to get it. Thanks to my friend she committed to me last night at the dark 30 hour. She's like, okay, I'm all yours tomorrow. Anything you need, we're going to make it happen. And she's got some talent. So we're going to make those happen. And thank you very much.
Pleasure. Good luck. Project. I'm glad I could be. I'm very glad I could be with you. Thank you.
Thank you. And you know, your songs are going to be enjoyed over and over and over again, and I'm going to be the one doing it. I'm sure others too. All right, yes. David, we'll talk to you again.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah. Mwah.
Yeah.